Okay, hi everyone, it's Rachelle. As you know, obviously, that's because you're here watching my video. Yeah, so I have just gotten back. It's obviously Friday morning because this is a live video, and I got back last night from the conference. Oh, can you hear Honey growling in the background? Someone's standing out on the street near our house and she can't handle it. Anyway, yeah, so my flight was delayed. It was meant to be an 8 o'clock flight, home at 9, like land at 9:30 and home by 10. But we were an hour delayed, so it was just after 11 when I got home, which is fine. But it was such a good event. I had the best time. It was nice to just disconnect from like mum life for a little bit and like reassess, well not reassess, I don't know what the word is, but like just sort of step back a bit and just like look onto what life is like day to day at home, but with a different perspective. So that was good, and just using my brain in a different way. So I did the live on Wednesday at the event in the lunch break of the sessions, which you might have seen. I'm not sure, but I can put the link to my live playlist down below after this video has been on, like when I can get a chance to edit the description. Right, so then yesterday was a bit more crazy. Well, it wasn't more crazy actually, it was pretty chilled. So in the morning I actually caught up with Kate, Courtney O'Connor. I'll leave her channel down below. We met down at Circular Quay and we had a big catch up. It was nice to talk to someone about YouTube stuff. We've done a couple of collaborations together before, so that was cool. To actually meet her face to face. Can you hear Max? He's watching Paw Patrol, of course. Yeah, so we walked around Opera House area and the Story Bridge and the Harbour Bridge and everything, so that was beautiful. Then I caught the ferry back to the convention centre and joined in from lunchtime, because it was actually, yesterday was just like a lineup of speakers, and it didn't, registration started at 11:30, but that was for the people that didn't attend the day before. So I only got there at about 12:30 and the session started at 1. So because I'd already experienced the whole pavilion where all the stands were, like I spoke to the Olympus people and I spoke to the Microsoft people for a bit, you know, like all the different stands, I didn't need to do that. So I just went there and got my lunch that they provided and then hopped into the sessions and or into the speaking, and it was like so amazing. You know, when you're at a conference and like the speakers, like the music and the presentation and everything was amazing. It was almost like being at TEDx, but for design. There were some really inspiring people, and not just from Adobe, but like different creators and designers and things. So that was really cool. Photographers, but a lot of people that worked at Adobe, like key people in the product development of different new features within like Photoshop, or like completely new programs, like one called Project Felix, which is like a 3D animation kind of creation software. Anyway, so that's a little wrap up. So what happened was, it finished at 6, the speaking, and then they had like a party from 6 to 8 where they had all the speakers, you could chat to them and everything. But my flight was at 8, so with all of the, so there's increased security at the moment. I think there's been a recent terror threat or something. So there's increased security, so they emailed to say get to the airport 2 hours before your flight, which would have been 6 o'clock. So I left a little bit early. I left at 5 because it's also peak hour and the trains can be really busy in Sydney, like unbelievably busy. So I walked, I actually met a lady on her way out. She was going to the airport as well, doing exactly the same thing as me. So we caught the train together. We walked up to the town hall station and caught the train together, and it was really nice chatting with her actually. And so I got to the airport at about 6, and then my flight was delayed till 9. So I could have, realistically, I probably could have stayed for the whole presentations at least. But they did live stream, and I believe because I paid a ticket I get a recording of everything, so I can watch that all later. But it was really fascinating, and I feel like my brain has been open to like the possibilities of creativity and the different ways you can be creative and how you can have like a creative career. I think I'd always thought, because I did a business degree, I think I always thought like I'm an analytical kind of person, I'm a business person, like business minded kind of thing. So when I started my YouTube channel, that was a creative thing, it was a memory thing, it was just something for me, and like just to sort of test can I do that? And to see things coming together and attending some of the classes and just seeing that I was able to keep up with the instructions of how to do certain different things within After Effects, which is like an animation program. I was like amazed that I was able to follow along with what the teacher was saying, and that like what I've learnt on my own using these programs is actually quite a bit, and that I've figured out different things and just little techniques and stuff that I've picked up, or little YouTube videos that I've watched and learnt. Yeah, so I really recommend. I'm definitely going to try and go again next year. Here he comes. Gonna try and go next year. We may have a little baby, so it might be a bit harder. No, that was not an announcement. I am not pregnant. It was just me saying, like, you know, hopefully in the next year or so we'll have another baby. Right, anyway, I've talked a lot about this event, and I wasn't intending on this being an event wrap. I wanted to talk a bit about the event, but already it's been 6 minutes. I wanted to show you, because, you know, minimalism is a bit of a thing. I only took carry-on because I was only gone for 2 nights, and I really tried to pack efficiently. It's like, I don't know, like, I love packing, and I love packing hacks and packing tips, and like figuring out the bare minimum that you can take and still feel like you didn't forget anything. And I've always, I don't know, I just love packing. Even as a little girl, when I would like go and stay at my auntie's or my grandparents or whatever, I would think about all, like, what do I need to take? No, I don't need to take those pencils because I'll have those texts, and I'll take that book, but I won't need to take that. And I'd have it in my head, and I'd be making these lists. And so I don't know why, but I've always really enjoyed packing. So I thought, I'm going to run through what I took. So Brisbane is, at the moment, it's winter. It's 24, 25 degrees is a nice day, and it's been beautiful weather here. And at night time it gets to about, I don't know, 9 or 10 degrees at night. But Sydney, being an hour and a half south, is much, much colder. It's about, I think it was about 15 in the daytime one of the days, and then yesterday it was a bit cooler because of the storm. And then at the night, but I was also in aircon in the hotel and in the convention centre, so I didn't really get the fresh air. So I wasn't really sure what to pack, because you know, like when it's cold and then you're inside in an aircon, it can be quite hot. So I didn't know exactly what to pack, because I do feel the cold a lot. And it was also meant to rain, so right, what do I want to run through first? It was also meant to rain, so I wasn't sure, like, I thought normally for a trip like that I would only just wear the same shoes I intend on wearing the whole time, but I thought I better take two pairs of shoes, because I'd hate for them to get wet and then have to wear them wet the next day if they didn't dry out. So the first bag that I had was my carry-on, just my regular suitcase, and I'll just run through what's in it. Sorry, I'm just rearranging everything so that I can show you properly. This video is probably going to go on now because, yeah, anyway, we're already up to 8 minutes. I'm very mindful because I don't want to take up your time, you know, just rambling on, but also, like, I like to chat with you guys and just share what's in my brain. So the front bit, like this flap, it's got zippers. It's got a zipper in there, and that's kind of where I put my clothes that need washing when I get home. And then I also just put any tickets or any bits and pieces, like there's a tutorial that they gave us, like a printout of the tutorial that they gave us. So I actually wore my Nikes on the plane on the way down and on that day, all night. Like those what I wore. So I wore them on the plane, but on the way back I didn't wear these. So I probably didn't even need to bring these, but as I said, it was because of the rain. Like, I wasn't really sure. Didn't end up raining until the last afternoon. And then these Toms, you guys know I love my Toms, are what I wore the rest of the time. These are really pretty. I don't know if you can see. So, yeah, and actually when I was with Kate yesterday walking around not Darling Harbour, Circular Quay, some random guy, American guy, was like, I love your Toms, and I was like, yes, and I have a Toms backpack. Yeah, so that was cool. So ordinarily I probably would have just taken these, but because of the rain I had to have the extra pair of shoes. Then I had my toiletries bag. It's not very, like, there's not much in it. It's just shampoo, conditioner, face wash kind of stuff. I'll tell you that in the end. Then I stopped at the bookshop, always at the airport, and like, you know, the magazines and stuff, and I bought this book because I'm really a bit of a self-help junkie, but at the same time I'm kind of not anti-self-help, but as you know, like being a trained life coach, I love self-help stuff and personal development, but at the same time I feel like there are a few things wrong with it, and this book really stood out to me. It's called Stand Firm, Resisting the Self-Improvement Craze. So I feel like some sectors of the self-help personal development industry are similar to the dieting industry or the fashion beauty industry, in that they make you feel like you're not good enough, so you have to improve something in your life or be happier or whatever to be worthy. And I think that's what this book is about. So I haven't started reading it because I've got another book that I've still got to finish, but it's only a little one and I thought it sounded really good, so I grabbed it. So then what I wore were these Country Road jeans, just like high-waisted ones. I wore those on the plane, and I thought I'd probably wear them to one of the days, so that was like a double use. And then, oh no, sorry, I didn't wear those on the plane. I wore those, I packed them and I intended to wear them one of the days. Then I wore on the plane down these green, like, I think they're called sateen Country Road pants. I wore those on the plane. And then, yeah, so this is one area where I packed these black jeans as well, because I wasn't really sure whether it was going to be like really formal and I should wear like at least black pants versus denim. But yeah, so I decided I'd bring both, and then I had the green ones to fall back on as well. So I wore these to the classes because I thought that would be less formal. And then on yesterday when I went to get dressed, I put these on and they just felt like, I don't know, I just didn't want to wear them. They're super skinny and quite tight, and they lower around your waist. So they actually, I thought, I just don't want to wear these all day. And then if I catch the plane, like if I put them on at like 9 or 8 o'clock in the morning when I'm getting dressed, and I'm going to have to wear them all day till I get home at 10 o'clock at night, I didn't want to. So I wore my jeans again. So there you go. I had 3 pairs of pants. I probably didn't even need to take the black ones. And that shows me that like I was much more comfortable wearing these. So like even if I had worn the black ones, I wouldn't have felt as comfortable, so I wouldn't have felt as confident kind of thing, if you know what I mean. Anyway, then I wore this knit jumper from Feather and Noise on the plane. Did I wear it on the plane? No, I didn't wear this on the plane. I actually wore this the first event day because it's quite cozy. And that was good to just kind of test what the weather was going to be like. And I wore those with the jeans, and it was really good. Then I packed another knit, just a layering one. This is from Uniqlo. It's a merino wool, like just an over shirt, pullover. And I never wore that, but I had planned to wear it. I just rearranged my outfit. And then I also packed this, like, you know, you've seen me wear this heaps of times. It's like a stripy shirt and it's got like a bit of a bell sleeve and it comes down to about here. So I packed that, intending to wear them with the jeans, but then when I put this on over the top, it kind of puffed up here and it was uncomfy, so I didn't wear that. And then I thought, oh, I didn't wear it yesterday either because it was a bit colder yesterday, so I wanted to layer a bit more. Then I just packed jammies, and then I packed this plain blue singlet as another layer. But I normally, like in Brisbane, like if you've got to wear a jumper, you would wear a singlet like that and then the knit over the top. But I thought, if it's hot and I have to take my jumper off, I don't want to be there in this because it would be either too cold and I just feel a little bit like too revealing. So I never ended up wearing it, but I could also, you know, layer it if it was extra cold or whatever. And I packed this as well, which I did also intend on wearing, and I'll show you. I've got another jumper in my bag. But I didn't wear it because of a reason that I'll show you. Then I also wore on the plane this shirt, and I could have easily re-worn it, but I got a little bit of dinner on it when I went to dinner with my auntie. And then when I was at the airport, French Connection was shutting down. So they had their basic tees for like $10 each or something. So I got a grey one, and this is what I ended up wearing underneath on the first day, and it was so comfy. It's like tight but not hugging, so you feel really good, and just with the extra little sleeve, it's just a little bit more comfortable, or like I would have felt okay. And I did actually take my jumper off for a little bit compared to like the singlet. And so I got two actually, and this is what I wore on the second day, which is why I didn't need to wear this one. So I wore this one, which is the same, but just in like a dark khaki. Yeah, so I've got a couple of things in khaki now, and like those other green pants that I showed you. And these are really comfy, so I'm actually going to try and sneak into French Connection and see if they've got them in any other colours. Yeah, so then I've just got like socks and undies. I packed my Elle Macpherson drink bottle because it's a good shaker for my greens powder, and I had this because like I'm not used to aircon, and I thought, and flying, you know, like, it's really good for like alkalizing, so I packed those. And I had those, and I knew that I needed them because when I had it, it actually gave me, like, I felt funny in my tummy, like, oh, you know, like the hit of, I don't know, B vitamins or whatever, I'm not sure. I packed my Manfrotto tiny tripod for sitting on the desk for recording videos. Yeah, so that's a necessity. My camera charger, my iPhone charger, and then I had just my like spare phone battery, spare chargers, USB cards, pen, memory card, that sort of thing in this little zippy bag. Right, so that's all that I put in my carry-on. And then in my backpack, here's a little tip for you. Right, so this is the jumper the other jumper that I had. So this is what I wore on the plane and on the first day, and I actually wore it on the second day. So I did have probably a third too many clothes, but I also did buy a couple of shirts, which I didn't expect on doing. Yeah, but so I actually probably would have been all right for probably about 5 nights with that amount of clothes, with different, like, you know, combinations, and maybe even longer. Yeah. Anyway, so my backpack, I didn't have anything in the front other than my boarding pass. I had my big drink bottle of water, and then I had a packet of tissues, because aircon always makes it, yeah. Had spare socks for the plane in case I get cold, and a hat in case it was sunny and I was walking around. And then a shopping bag, you know, I always have a shopping bag in my bag. And I had my iPad with, check this out, I have a Bluetooth keyboard and stand. So it's basically like a mini laptop, and I've got the Adobe Clip app on it, so I can edit videos while I'm away. Yes! Not that I had to, but I can. Yeah, so I had that, and that was really good for taking notes and stuff as well, because you can type. Then I have my book and a notepad. And then what else? And then the final thing I have, I actually put my little handbag in my backpack. So because you're allowed one personal item and one carry-on, but I didn't really want to take this around the event, I was like, well, what do I do? So I just put my handbag inside my backpack. And then in that is also really good because it will keep all your like bag bits separate, like they're not just floating around in your backpack. So I got glasses, wallet, coin purse, camera, very important lip chapstick. It's the Haror brand. This is the only brand I use. It's all natural and all very good ingredients. And a pen. This is my favorite pen. It's the Artline Flow, and it's got like the 4 colors. And then what have I got? I had the Opal card, which is like the transport card for the public thingy. Oh, and another Haror. And that's it. So that's all I took with me. Yeah, and it worked out really well. The 2 things I forgot, for some reason I forgot to pack face wash, so I had to get some of that. Luckily the airport had Mecca, so I went into there and grabbed a face wash. It wasn't like anything special, it was just like a cheap one, but something to keep my face washed. And I forgot headphones. I can't believe it. Anyway, how silly. I have like a million pairs of headphones, and I always need headphones because I always listen to podcasts. I had things downloaded to listen to. So I got and then I went into the like the tech store at the airport, and I said, oh, do you have iPhone headphones? And he said, which iPhone? I'm like, iPhone 7. And he said, oh no, but we have the adapter. It's $18 for the adapter. Like, ridiculous. $18 for that little plug to put in a $3 pair of headphones. So anyway, of course I was like, no way. So I went off to the news agency and I bought $70 wireless headphones. Oh, not well, yeah, they're like, they don't plug in, they're just Bluetooth, and then they go like this. Yeah, and they're good because it's got like volume, and I think you can make maybe you can even make calls. It's got a little microphone pickup. So yeah, I had to buy those two things, but and I got the shirt and the book. The shirt's in the book, so had fun at the airport. And it comes with different ear settings and stuff. Charger. Right. I don't know what else I've got to say. That's it. It was an amazing time. I'm so glad to be back with Max. I got home and he woke up because I went in the back door, and that disturbed Honey, so she had one bark and he woke up. But it was fine because I needed a cuddle. I was so excited to see him. Alright, that's me, guys. I've talked for 21 minutes. I haven't even had a sip of water. I can't believe it. Right, I need to say goodbye and let you get back on with your day. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, leave me a comment. What's your best hacking tip? Packing hack tip? All of those. Leave that in the comments below because, as I said before, I'm obsessed with packing ideas. I even have a Pinterest board of just packing tips. Oh, Paw Patrol's just about to finish, so it's a good time for me to go. I'll talk to you guys next time. See you. Bye. Have a good day. Bye. Oh.